Friends from the Road. You are now listening to the Friends from the Road podcast.
Gaining new friends along the journey.
Sharing stories that inspire, encourage, and motivate.
Friends from the Road podcast. Now here's your host, Daniel Hurd.
It's a beautiful day off of Blackmore Pond, enjoying my final days here in New England. It's sunny. It's actually probably one of the nicest days I've had here. It's in the mid-60s today with beautiful blue skies, and it's a nice cool breeze. Most of the time I've been here, it's been gray clouds and rainy or some form of gloominess. I'm here today in the Non-Essentials Healing Kitchen with my longtime sponsor, friend, and again, my provider for my CBD products throughout my entire journey. And thankfully restocking my supplies today before getting restarted. I'm here with my friend that is known as the Sport Yoga Lady, and she is the founder of Non-Essentials Healing, Patricia Akins. And, it's been a long time coming. I'm thankful for the chance to chat. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
It's been quite a while now since I've been coming to your guys' spot.
Yep.
I love it here, and I think I've been inspired to do stuff that you have going on your property. To future do my own, because I think once I get settled down and buy some property, I'm gonna buy a yurt.
Yeah.
I love if people were to see your property, it's almost like a little yurt village, which
it's a little
is
yurt
amazing.
village.
I love it.
Yeah, simple living.
Yeah,
simple round living.
And it's simple round living.
Simple round living. It's different.
But I love it. I think it's the simplicity of it's amazing. And I think it was cool because every time I always came here, there was it started with just yours, the one.
Yeah.
And now there's, I think, four.
Correct.
So there's you guys are growing and everybody's getting more established, and I think the new ones are pretty amazing looking.
I like them a lot. They're different than mine in that the walls are taller, higher, so that you can utilize overhead space. Which in my yurt, it's a low traditional Himalayan yurt, so there's not as much vertical space as there is in Ethan's or say Ike's.
Yeah. Well, I like those too because of the fact that they got those. They're more modernized with the windows and the door and all that cool stuff.
You don't hit your head every time you walk in and out of the door.
Yeah, and I like actually I like the Ethan's because of the loft. I think that's cool. I'm actually pretty inspired to do something similar to that.
That takes up, having the bed in the middle of all of that really takes up a lot of, it limits your movement, limits the space, but having it up and elevated, it gives you
all that extra
room, which
whatever.
When you live in a 16-foot or a 20-foot yurt, there's not a lot of room.
No, it's a lot more than on my bicycle. But
yes, it is. It is. When you were doing you did
little
the
camper,
and you were going through it. I kind of, sometimes, some days I feel like that's how much space I actually have to move too, and not that I do, but you would be very well adapted at living in yurt life.
I think I would
Simplification.
be. And I think
nice.
that's to me, it's almost like having a mansion at this point. So
yeah.
I think it's definitely an upgrade for me.
Yeah.
But, something that I got into when I started coming here, something I wasn't into at first when I was coming here, but I got into cycling.
I remember.
As you guys were already into mountain biking and downhill and everything else that you guys are into. That's why you're the sport yoga and yoga as well. So
sport yoga.
So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I'm curious when I first got into biking. Obviously, I was on a road bike. It's not the same style that you were into, but what were your? Oh, we got the dogs barking in the background.
There's a lot of dogs.
There's a lot of dogs here.
13 dogs here because between each of us having two, each of us have two.
That's a lot of dogs.
Well, Ethan has one, but I have three, so then that equals.
Yeah.
And then everybody who comes brings their dogs, and my sister brings her dog, so it doesn't stay in an apartment all day. So there's quite a bit of dogs here on a regular basis.
Yeah, but it keeps the place going and keeps it lively.
Yeah.
Especially when they all start syncing up on their barks.
Yeah. Very lively. That's a good word. I bet you it's a really good protection, though.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
That people who may possibly be interested in our hemp facilities here and that it may deter them.
Yeah, all right, so back to my original questions. Sorry. All right, dogs got distracted, guys. Yeah. But, I got into biking. I didn't do it for very long, but I quickly jumped into it. And then before you knew it, I was selling my car.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And telling everybody I was doing this journey. And I'm thankful that you've been very supportive my entire journey. What were your first thoughts of this guy that just happened to start biking?
I thought you were crazy, honestly. Really, I did. I thought, there's no way this kid can do this. He hasn't done this long enough. I didn't know how you were going to get around. When you showed up and told me that you sold your car, and that first, you said you sold your motorcycle.
I got rid of the car first and then the motorcycle.
And then your motorcycle. And you were just going to go everywhere on your bike.
Yep.
I thought, oh, no, I don't know how he's going to do it. And I asked you, what about the winter? And you're like, I'll be fine. I'll manage. And I worried about you. I really did. And then when you started, I worried about you. I was concerned about you. I didn't know that. I wasn't sure that you could. I mean, I didn't think you couldn't. But it was just so enormous, the task that you were taking on, But I was proud of you. But you were doing it. You were practicing. You practiced.
I practiced
You trained a lot. And you rode 70-mile days, a lot of 70-mile days.
Yeah.
You put a lot of mileage on, so...
Yeah, especially with my road bike.
Prepared for it.
I rode a lot. I wanted to get into shape. Before I started biking, I was pretty heavy, too.
Yeah.
I'm catching back up to my old self. But.
Yep. No, you're good. You're fine. You did. You lost a lot of weight.
I did.
Yes. You trained. You ate better. You got really healthy.
Yep.
And proved me wrong. Not that I was...
I think I proved myself and a lot of people wrong.
Yeah.
Which is...
you had a goal and you...
I was determined. I'm still determined. I'm still determined. I'm going to go finish it.
I mean, even after what happened, even the catastrophic occurrence of getting wiped out and destroying your body, basically, you're going back again, doing it again, even in constant pain.
Yep, constant pain.
And impressive.
I actually... I bring it up actually pretty much every episode, but I have a fear of cars now. Well, which is understandable, obviously, but...
Well, I have to tell you, I do too. Every time I ride now, I see the video of you the first day of the accident. After the accident, it goes in my head. Because cars are dangerous. They don't look out for riders. They just don't. They don't see you.
No, and they get into tunnel vision.
They don't.
And distractions and everything else. So
texting.
It's pretty interesting stuff. And, I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that you've been supportive of my journey through the CBD products.
Yes.
Especially.
Definitely knew you were going to need that.
Not even just that, but in those times where I'd be struggling, like my hips be getting tight on me or whatever it was, and you'd be like, I got this for you. And I'd do that for a while, and it would just help it out so much. So
yeah. Good. Glad to be there and help you out.
But, that brings up my next topic. And I wanted to talk about, you do not just regular yoga. You do this thing called sport yoga that I never heard of until I met you. So I didn't even know that it was a thing. So could you explain it?
It's my thing.
It's your thing. Can you explain it to people?
Well, sport yoga is yoga that's designed as a dynamic workout because to complement your athleticism. Sports performance, I will see a lot of strength and conditioning coaches and yoga coaches putting athletes in positions that they'll never be on the field, and B, holding poses and stretching and forcing muscles to do something that they're never gonna do. You never in a position when you're biking, right? When you're biking, your legs are constantly moving, you're constantly pedaling. Are you opening and closing your leg while you're moving? And they do, I don't know, they just do things that just never made sense to me. Sport yoga replicates movement on the field. And I only hold the natural motions that occur while you're biking, while you're running, while you're skiing. And we only hold those poses 2 seconds, not 30 seconds, because movement is constant. It isn't, you don't run, stop, hold, and stay there for 30 seconds. You may extend beyond your range for 2 seconds, then your body goes back to homeostasis and then extends beyond a different range for 2 seconds. And that's what we do when we're performing sports yoga flows.
Okay.
That's just the difference. And we do offsetting moves, too. If you're a biker and you spend a lot of the time in this rounded position, then our next thing's going to be to get you to lift, lengthen, and align and stretch your psoas to offset all of that constant rounding. We want to lengthen it and not have a shortened. So as that happens, that's what happens to your hips. Your psoas gets shortened, it attaches in the pelvis, that causes referred pain in your glutes and your hips, and then you're not moving them the right way, and then you get pain. Yes. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's less holding, more dynamic, and more attuned to athletic movement.
Okay. Well, I love it. I think it's a great stuff. I hope that other people will check it out, and can you let everybody know what your Instagram and stuff is for people to check out your videos for that and stuff?
Oh, sure, I do. I put daily videos up on my Instagram. It's at Sports Yoga Lady, SPORTSYOGA Lady, and within that, on my profile, I do have a link tree which will connect you to my YouTube account, which I have free videos there all the time. And to the non-essential account, which was designed. It's all connected. And check it out. It's good. If you want to do some work, if you want to stretch and strengthen in not 90 minutes, that was another component too. Most athletes aren't going to spend 90 minutes a day working out on yoga. Yeah. You know, they're going to spend 15 minutes a day, because that's all that they're going to do for mobility. It just isn't a priority whether it should be or shouldn't be. That's a whole different conversation. Yeah. So I have quick, short sport yoga asanas that you can do anywhere, anytime, anybody. That's what it's about. So I worked with a lot of young teams and got to fine-tooth workouts that work, like Tabor football and Old Rochester football and lacrosse, and I got to experiment with a lot of youth athletes who have an attention span of, right? Yeah. And an athlete is an athlete, whether they're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior. Yeah. And so we fine-tuned a lot of movements and figured out who was restricted where and why, and I was able to work around that. So that's amazing stuff. I think it's cool. Pretty awesome. It's really cool. Now, I like it. You know, something else that I talked to you do biking. You're into mountain biking, and I know you tried to get, when I was into road bikes, you tried to get me into it. Yep, I did. And after going to Moab and doing the whole enchilada, my first mountain biking trail on a real mountain bike, I love mountain biking, and I really, really, really enjoy, at least before the accident. I'm kind of nervous right now doing downhill. So it's, talk about that. How long have you been doing mountain biking? Oh, forever. Forever? I mean, I'm 57, and I was 25. Since I was like 25, I've been mountain biking. Okay, so and I mountain biked pregnant with my kids. Really? Yep. Ethan went mountain biking for his whole pregnancy. I mountain biked with him. We would go to Otis Air Force Base before it was popular. This was way before. I just got to jump into the next topic real quick, just curiosity. Did you go skiing with them too while you're pregnant? I didn't ski as much, no. Okay. I didn't, because I'm an accountant, and I didn't get to ski like I wanted to, because the busiest time of the year is tax season, is skiing, and I wasn't into it the way that I am now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but they mountain bike. So we mountain biked and we did enduro mountain biking for many years. In this area, like Moab, you're there, you don't have as much rocks and roots and gnarly enduro trails. You get more flow trails of mountain biking.
Yeah.
More gravel trails. Here, it's rocky, it's rooty, it's gnarly, you're climbing steeps and then you're going down and there's sharp corners and there's rocks that you got to go over and around, and I love it. It's just so awesome.
I can only imagine how awesome it would be to be on a bicycle, because I used to do the same stuff. I used to do enduro dirt biking.
There you go. Same thing.
So,
we ride all the old dirt biking trails.
I used to think it was insanely a challenge with a motor.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind pedaling it. But,
pedaling is hard on some of that stuff.
I think that's the enjoyment of it. I love that, like that burn that I get out of it. Sometimes I hate it.
Yes.
Same. But
But
at the end of the day, I'm like, that was awesome.
Amazing.
Almost every single time.
Yep.
And if it wasn't awesome at that moment, a few days later, it's like, okay, that wasn't really that bad.
No. Right. And you go back and you do it again. And then when you're making that 1,400 feet climb, you think, why am I doing this? And then you go, this is why.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how you are. I'm definitely not a fan of... I do it because I enjoy downhills, but I'm not a fan of climbing.
That's not my strong point. I don't mind quick, fast steeps.
Yeah.
But I do not like the long, drawn-out endurance, big, long. But I look ahead and I think, oh, God, I can't believe I just did this. But it's worth it.
Yeah, especially on the other side.
You get so physically fit and so worked. I just really like, even though I hate it when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't hate it, but I'm like, why do I think this is fun? What is the matter with me? Like, why do I love this? What am I, insane? It's 90 degrees, the dirt's in my face, the sun's burning my back, and
Speaking
I'm
of that,
doing.
On the opposite side of that, did you guys get to go on your rainy ride yesterday? Did it rain?
We did not go on our rainy ride yesterday, but it did rain.
It rained quite a bit.
Yes. And no, we won't do that. We won't go. Because some of the rocks and the roots are so slippery that you're putting yourself in a very dangerous situation when it's wet and rainy.
Good,
believe
good
me.
things to know, yeah.
Yes.
Especially these
it is
rocks
not
here.
worth it, no. The sliding out on that stuff hurts like a mother.
Yeah.
So, no. Yep.
Now, what other do you do? I know you do skiing.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your skiing at all? Because I know
love to ski. Skiing's my thing all winter. That's what we do.
I know.
Normally, I get 100 days in. This year it was difficult because not only due to the pandemic, but we had puppies.
Yes, you guys.
We had 13 puppies in December, so I couldn't really go skiing until February. Because of the pandemic, I couldn't go back and forth like I normally would on weekends. They wanted us to go and stay. Okay. So I had to wait until I could go to Vermont. If I was to abide by pandemic rules, which is what I really strive to do. Yeah. So I wasn't able to get in. But I ended up getting in 50-something days.
That's still good.
Yes.
I haven't had one day of being on the mountain on a board in
a long
far
time.
Too long.
Yeah. I wouldn't like that. But I mean, I'm sure there may be a day that I won't be able to too, so
I hope I get to again. But right now my focus has been biking, so But hey, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, let's talk about, we're in the kitchen. Let's talk about where we're at and what you got going on cooking here.
Okay.
I want to give a quick shout out to the people at Athletic Brewing Company, because if it wasn't for them, I would be still raiding the kids' cooler. Hanging out with friends and smelling these delicious craft beers intrigued me. Why there wasn't good quality non-alcoholic versions. I was told by some friends about these craft beers that I could have. Athletic Brewing Company produces high-quality beer without all the alcohol. I finally had a beer I could enjoy with the adults. My favorite is their IPA. I love the Run Wild. I'm also a huge fan of the Golden, Upside Down. So if you want to try Athletic Brewing to get it for yourself or maybe somebody else, go ahead and use my personal promo code, capital RWD20, to get 20% off your first order. Brew without compromise. Now, back to the episode. Like I said, guys, when we started the episode, I am here in a non-essential healing kitchen. I'm sitting here with Trish, and Trish, you got this new product that you just given me to try out, and it's
PCBD.
PCPD, and what is
PCBD? Pre and post recovery CBD magnesium oil workout spray.
Okay.
So for you, It's going to help alleviate inflammation, and it's going to help replenish your body's supply of magnesium that you need. We need, as humans, we need magnesium for the conversion of ADP, which is the energy that our bodies use to propel our muscles, I guess is what you would call it, ATP. So magnesium is, we need that, and we no longer get it
through our foods.
And through our foods because of farming practices. They've depleted the soil of magnesium. And taking it internally takes your body longer to uptake it than spraying it transdermally.
Yeah.
How's that? And the CBD, I make a CBD tincture and add it to it, and as opposed to an oil, which most of my products are oil products, oil-based. But I make a tincture to add it to that because it's almost, you spray it on after you've worked really hard, like me going on a mad climb, I'll spray it on my body. And the next day I wake up and I should be lame for what I've put myself through. And I'm fine. It really helps. It's anti-inflammatory, it's energizing, it's soothing, it will help you sleep better. Yes.
To be honest, I'm really excited for it, primarily because as you already said, we're all magnesium deficient, but from all the biking that I do and doing it in that heat, I sweat out so much of it that calcium and magnesium are so low for me that I end up getting severe cramps.
Yeah, I'm going to probably make a butter for you too, a butter.
Okay.
And send you that in a container. And I don't use plastic, but this is plastic, so it can be in your pocket. Yeah. And so, because glass will hurt you.
Yes.
And it's heavy. So I'll make you maybe a lower thing. I'm going to try body butter because I think that it will last a little longer on the road.
Well,
Plus, I like body butter anyway, and I'll do it with CBD oil.
Something that I've loved the whole time is yourself.
Yeah.
You've given it to me periodically throughout my journey. It, to be honest, I think has helped with my scarring from the accident. I'm glad of all the things that got destroyed, somehow myself survived.
Isn't that amazing, Shay? It's Archangel Raphael. He helps me make these, okay? Yeah. I'm a kooky lady. I talk to the angels. Raphael is the healer. He's my dude. Purple is his color.
Purple is an amazing color. But, that was, for me, I feel like if anybody has seen my social media or in person seen my leg, it looks pretty decent.
I think it looks great now. Good. Yeah, compared to what it looked like.
And what it could have looked like, yeah.
Your doctors were fabulous.
The doctors were amazing.
I do have to say. That's amazing.
But I do feel like the scarring isn't as bad because of using the salve.
Good.
And I feel like, though I think there could probably be a little bit of change because of what I'm dealing with my pain.
I'm going to make you which I do that. I'm going to make a special, a little more intense pain relief for you. And I think...
Which will hopefully knock it out and at least keep it maintained for me. And
yes.
So I'm excited for that. And so what other products that you are, that are your flagship that people could potentially check out?
Well, the salve, a magical healing salve. It heals everything from sore muscles, broken bone pain, arthritis pain, skin. It's an all-encompassing salve. When I first started, I don't like how they specialize. This is for nighttime, and this is for this, and this is for that. This is for bone pain, and this is for skin.
Yeah.
I live in a yurt. I need one.
Yeah.
I need one of a thing. So I kind of made this all-inclusive, which is why it's magical healing salve, because people will use it on dermatitis. They'll use it on wounds. They use it for an anti-inflammatory. They use it as an antibacterial. A lot of people use it on sunburns.
Yep.
And it heals the sunburn. They use it
I've used it on my sunburns.
Yes, and it helps. It really does. A lot of magical healing properties in the essential oils. I use arnica, calendula, plantain, and comfrey. Those are the 4 primary healing herbs, along with CBD, hemp, bayox, a particular strain that I use for it.
And you are actually the organic farmer for your own hemp.
And we farm our own hemp as well.
So you are sourcing it from yourself?
So myself, I know where it came from.
You know the ingredients
and I don't make distillate out of it, which is against industry standards. I use I infuse my oils with my CBD, the whole plant.
Okay.
I prefer that. I think that's how Mother Nature made it. Mother Nature made it for us to use the CBD, the CBN, the CBC, the minimal THC. THC 9 is the psychoactive THC component that's illegal, or that, we're not supposed to sell or have present in any hemp that we grow. But there's several other types of THC that work in conjunction with the CBD, and that's what makes mine... what's the word? It's
magical.
Magical. Thank you, magical. But it works on everything. It isn't just for this or just for that, because I use the whole leaf, the whole plant. Same with, I grow my own comfrey, my own calendula, and my own arnica, and I dry it, and then I use that, and I use the whole thing. I use the stems, I use the leaves, and I use the flowers, and I use the roots.
That's amazing. I didn't know you did those parts as well.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I do all of it myself.
Now. Yeah. You got, do you have any other products that you're willing to
sorry. I have, we make our own CBD oil. Mm-hmm. I have, and that's flavored with ginger and lemon. And a lot of people will tell me, not to brag, but they'll tell me that mine works the best for them. Different than a lot of other people. I make CBD oil. And then I make a lot of skincare product, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know you. You were doing that
and
for quite a while.
sunscreen. Yeah.
Again,
all
like
natural, all natural and organic.
I love all the products that I've tried of yours. I've tried quite a few of various types. So
yeah. Yep. I make a sunscreen too. Did I give you any sunscreen?
No, I'm not really
but it's a natural sunscreen. You don't burn.
I'll probably be more interested in that for sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to segue into a little more natural skincare line for people, because the chemicals that are present in products that we're allowed to put on our bodies is atrocious. I can't stand it. And anything that's natural is outrageously expensive. So I try to make it affordable as well. Huh.
Well, I would love for people to check it out. How can people find your products?
Nonessential.com.
Nonessential.com.
I have a website, nonessential.com.
We'll make sure the link is in the description.
Yes.
And you're on Etsy as well?
I'm on Etsy as well with Non-Essential.
Okay.
Yes. More of my products are on Etsy right now because we're rebuilding my website. Okay. And an actual real website builder is rebuilding it, and he's going to get it all set, and then we're going to put the remainder of my products on it.
Very good.
And those products will have more of the CBD products. Etsy doesn't love my CBD products. They don't like, even though it's legal, even though it's not illegal, it's not a drug, it's an agricultural product, they won't let us sell it on Etsy.
That's a crazy.
I agree. And it's tested. I'm tested. My products are third-party tested as well. And so I can prove to them that it's CBD, not THC.
Yeah. Hey, and I think that's amazing as well that it's tested, so you know exactly what you're getting.
Yes.
And you're providing that to your clientele and your customers. Mm-hmm. And
yes.
So.
Yep.
I think that we've covered everything. Is there anything else that you want? Anything else?
No, you tell me what more products you want of mine, and
you know me, I'll always try whatever you're willing to.
I got a whole
pay
bunch
it forward,
for you.
So, but one thing that I would like that I'm going to surprise onto you is before I end the episode, mm-hmm. I like my guests to take the opportunity to speak directly to listeners. So, if you have any good piece of advice or any knowledge that you want to lay on to the listeners, this is your opportunity to share it.
Oh crap. What would my advice be to somebody?
No.
Life is too short to ever be in a bad mood. We always have to it just is. Life is just too short. People just don't understand that. They spend too much of their energy worrying about things that just really don't matter in the bigger scheme of things. And every day is a gift. And people just need to. I just see so many young people depressed and stressed and angry and grumpy, and there's too much in life that's too good. Life in itself is just too good.
There is, and I love
people
that.
don't get it. They just don't, and want them to.
Yeah, I think we all need to understand it, and I think it's important to, to understand that it's, you gotta go out there and you gotta be active and you gotta be
do things
out there.
Do things that will make you happy. Yeah. If you're not happy, then you need to do something that will make you happy. Yeah. And I just find what brings you joy and stick to it, and then every day you'll be happy.
Yeah, and for those people out there that feel like they don't have any happiness around them, find one thing that you can change in your day.
Right.
If that's you make your favorite tea at night before you go to bed, or in the morning, or whatever it is. Change one thing.
I agree.
At a time.
Activity, though. Go for a walk. Just go outside and walk around outside and look around. Just go bend over and touch your toes and look at the world from with a different perspective. Move. Something. Yeah. Move. I guess is a move. If you're not happy, move away from what makes you not happy. Move towards something that's going to make you happy. If you can't find joy, then for some reason something in your body isn't working. So get out and go for a walk and try to get your blood flowing and your heart going and oxygen to the muscles. And your brain is a muscle, which it isn't, but it is. And the more blood that you get to it, the more positive you can be.
Yeah, the more engagement that you get.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, well,
that would be my advice.
Trish,
yeah,
thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you having the time to do this.
I'm glad we finally got to connect.
Love the smell in the kitchen. Excited to see the new products that you keep coming out with. And I hope that everybody is also takes the opportunity to check it out.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good to see you. Safe travels.
Thank you.
My friend.
One petal at a time.
Yep, one petal at a time. That's a good one.
Copyright OPAATM Movement 2021.